5 reasons I am not buying SpaceX, even though I think it's probably going to be the biggest company in the world someday. For me, a great company and a good investment are not necessarily the same thing. So here's 5 reasons why I'm sitting this one out. Number 5 is that the only people who priced it are the ones getting paid to sell it. So Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan Chase, they all led the charge in valuing SpaceX before its IPO, and they valued it at $1.75 trillion. And that's fine, but they're also the underwriters for the IPO, and they are actually getting paid a percentage of the earnings from the initial public offering. So they are incentivized to sell as much as fast as possible at the highest price possible. So when the only people who valued a company are getting a cut to sell it high, that to me is a huge conflict of interest that I'm not interested in being a part of. Number 4 is that other analysts that I deem reputable valued it at less than half of what the underwriters did. So example, Morningstar, their analysts ran the numbers and came up with a fair market value of 780 billion. That's less than half of what the IPO target was. I'm not willing to buy something when people with skin in the game can't agree within $1 trillion of each other. Number 3 is that basically this is an insider IPO because only about 5% of SpaceX is trading publicly right now. The other 95% was already purchased by insiders and early investors. That just means that if this whole IPO runs hot, so if the price really skyrockets, it means that the good shares were already spoken for by that 95%. The institutions got there first. You and I are basically getting the leftovers. Number 2 is that the data just does not support investing in IPOs as a way to make money initially. Dimensional studied 6,000 different IPOs from 1991 to 2018, and as a group, they underperformed the market. The average IPO couldn't beat a simple S&P 500 index fund that you and I could have bought from our couch in our pajamas. I don't know about you, but I'm not smarter than 6,000 data points. When the hit rate is that ugly, it's not on me to provide proof to explain why I'm out. It's on the IPO to explain why it thinks it's the exception. And sorry, not sorry, but because it's Elon is not an investment thesis. And number 1 is that the best to do this of all time, Warren Buffett, has a famous quote. It says, "Be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful." And this is the prime example of be fearful when others are greedy. So if you really break down an IPO, essentially in its simplest form, it's just a room full of suits that are all drinking the same Kool-Aid, telling each other how great this company is going to be. And I am not saying that SpaceX won't necessarily be a great company and won't be the biggest in the world someday. But right now, the hype is the product. Excitement and this sense of FOMO is manufactured on purpose so that you buy more at a higher price. So if the greatest long-term investor of all time is saying be fearful when others are greedy and the whole room is greedy, I'm going to do the opposite. What I'm doing is the same thing I've always been doing. I'm just dollar cost averaging into simple low cost index funds, basically buying good companies on a set schedule, no matter what the market is doing, whether it's going up, down, or sideways, because there's no prize to being first for a finish line that's 10 plus years out. So if that helped, let me know if you're buying SpaceX under this IPO, and don't forget to follow for more personal finance and investing content in plain English.